head no, side to side. Take a few more breaths, nice big inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and reach your right palm over towards the right side of the mat. Place your left palm over it. Nice big inhale onto the left side of the body. On your next inhale, reach your left palm over towards the left side of the mat. Place the right palm over it. And then bring your palms back to center. Press into the palms. Find your tabletop here. So your wrists go underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're gonna inhale, cow gaze up at the ceiling. Arch the spine. Exhale, cat. Round the spine, gaze between your feet. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Take a few more of these at your own breath, your own pace. And once you're ready, we can go ahead and come to a neutral spine. Tuck the toes, lift the tailbone high, find your down dog. Go ahead and pedal your feet out into your heels, closer towards the mat. You can go ahead and start to walk your feet up to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Slow rise up into your stand. Shoulders come back. Once you're ready, in your full stand, you can go ahead and grab your weights. So today I'm just using, I set a 2 pound, but you can use anything that works best for the body here. And we're actually gonna go ahead and place our right foot forward, left foot back, and you're gonna find your lunge position. So you're gonna bend both knees, make sure your front ankle is stacked directly underneath the knee here. So your left knee. And you're gonna go ahead and hammer curl with the arms and then lower. So we're gonna hammer curl and then lower. So palms almost face each other. You're gonna go ahead and do this with both arms here. So I'll face forward here so you can see. And you're gonna sink down, lower into the lunge. If you're feeling spicy today, you can lower and lift that lunge while you hammer curl. And we're here for 8. Give me 8 of these. For 7, take your time. Use your breath. For 6, inhale, lower, exhale, lift. And for 5, 4, 3, almost there, my friends. 2, and 1. Go ahead and hold this lunge nice and low. You're gonna heel lift. That front heel lifts and lowers. So we're gonna go ahead, lift, front heel, arms are by our side, and lower. We lift, we lower. Why don't you give me 10 of these? 10. Sink a little bit deeper for 9. 8, almost there, my friends. 7, yes you can. Shaking is okay. For 6, maybe you go a little bit deeper. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your legs, find your forward fold, face the wide side of the mat. Place your weights by your side, let that go. Take your ragdoll here. Grab both elbows, maybe swing side to side. Release any tension from your neck. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, slow rise to stand. Shoulders come back, heel toe your feet in. Go ahead and grab your weights one more time. Now, opposite leg steps forward. So in this case, it's my right foot, left foot goes behind. I'm gonna sink into my lunge, and my arms are gonna hammer curl. So we bring them up by our sides, elbows in. We bring them up and we lower. Bring them up and we lower. You're gonna sink low into your lunge. If you wanna lift and lower, you can also lift and lower with the legs. We're here for 8, for 7, and this side might be a little bit weaker. Left side tends to be weaker, and that's okay. Give me 4 more. 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. We stay low. Arms are by our side, shoulders back. Go ahead and sink low into your lunge. Front heel lifts and lower. Lift and lower. Just that front heel here. You're gonna feel a little shaky, and that's okay. We're here for 8, for 7, for 6, 5, sink a little bit deeper, yes you can, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, long body extension here. Face the long side of the mat. You're gonna extend your legs. You can grab both elbows, release any tension from the neck. Maybe you sway side to side. Nice big inhale. And we exhale. Wonderful, friends. Once you're ready, slow rise up to stand. Shoulders back, we're doing great. Great job, friends. So now you're gonna go ahead and bring your feet underneath the hips here. And a pelvic tuck. So send your hips forward and bring your belly button back. And from here, we're gonna hinge at the hip, slightly forward here, slight bend to your knees. We're gonna step our right foot back. Just gentle tap with the toes here. From here, we gaze down at the mat, hands on the hips. Right toes come up, squeeze the glutes here, and then they tap. Right toes lift, and they tap. So we're testing our balance here, engaging the glutes. As you lift, go ahead and squeeze that glute, lift, and then lower. We're here for 8. For 7, use the breath to guide the movement. For 6, for 5, slight bend to that left knee. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We step that right foot forward to the left. Go ahead and shake that out. And then bring your feet underneath the hips here. Reset, pelvic tuck, shoulders relax. Hinge at the hips, slightly bend the knees. Left toes tap behind us. We're gonna go ahead, hinge forward, gaze down at the mat, hands on the hips. And we lift that left leg high and then lower. Tap it, we lift and lower, tap. If you feel shaky, that's okay. Use your breath to guide the movement. Inhale to lift, exhale to tap. We're here for 8. For 7. Doesn't have to go too high, squeeze the glutes here. For 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Set that forward and shake that out. Once you're ready, go ahead and come down onto your knees on the mat. We're gonna grab our weights. From here, I'm gonna step my right leg extends to the side. I'm gonna bring my arms also to my left side. So this is my left knee that's bent, right leg is extended. I'm leaning towards the left side of the torso. Nice straight torso here, shoulders relaxed. And I'm gonna go ahead and bend that right elbow in, and then we extend. So bend just the right elbow and extend. Use the breath to guide the movement. Inhale, exhale. Give me 8 of these. And we want to relax our shoulders away from the ears, but still maintain that left arm nice and high. Give me 5 more. 5. And lean a little bit towards that left knee for 4. For 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Let that go. Arms by our side. We come back into that kneel position, reset, and we're going to do the same thing on the left side. Left leg extends. Arms come out overhead. And we're going to lean towards that right hip here. Use the oblique to guide you. So we're here for 8. Let's go ahead and do the left arm press in. Left arm extends. For 7. Keep that right arm lifted, shoulders away from the ears. Give me 5 more. 5, 4, we're leaning. For 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, friends. We're really engaging the obliques. Shoulder rolls here. Come back into your kneel, and we can actually place our weights by our side. We're gonna go ahead and work on some oblique work here. So, right palm comes down onto the mat. You can stay onto that right knee and extend your left leg high. So we're nice and balanced here. Maybe you bring your wrist underneath the shoulder here. Left leg is nice and high. From here, that right knee is supporting you. We're gonna go ahead and lower and lift. So we lower, toe tap, and lift. Why don't you give me 8 of these? 8. Nice slow movements. Engage the core for 7. For 6. 5. 4. And if this bothers your wrist, you can always come down onto your forearm, or you can come down onto your forearm and the hip so that top leg is supported here. Give me 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Now we're gonna go ahead and extend our left arm. Inhale, knee to elbow with that left knee. Exhale to extend. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale to extend. Maybe you point your toes. You're gonna aim that elbow towards that knee. Try to get it as close as possible. It doesn't have to touch. Give me 8. And breathe through this, friends. Give me 7. Give me 6. Give me 5. 4. 3, if you're feeling extra spicy, you can add a weight to the knee to elbows. 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let that go. Come back into your kneel. Get a few wrist circles going here. You can shake it out. Shoulder roll here. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Beautiful, friends. Now left palm comes back down. You're gonna find your weight, stack that knee underneath the hip, right leg comes up high, and wrist underneath the shoulder. We're gonna go ahead and lower, toe tap, and then lift. Lower, toe tap, lift. Just that leg here. We're here for 8. For 7, use the breath to guide the movement. For 6. For 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Right into your knee to elbow. So extend your right arm and inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, extend. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, extend. Maybe you point your toes. If you want to come down onto that left hip, left forearm, go right ahead. Give me 5 more. 5. 4. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. For 3. Just 2 more. 2. And 1. Beautiful, friends. Go ahead and find your tabletop. From here, bring your knees nice and wide, toes to touch, arms overhead, forehead meets the mat. Nice big inhale here. Take a few breaths to recover. Maybe you close your eyes. Shake your head no, side to side. On your next inhale, press into your palms. Find your tabletop here. And now we're going to start our tabletop series. So place your weights by your side. And in your left hand, you're going to go ahead and grab your weight. So I'm going to I'm going to face this way so y'all can see. All right, so in your tabletop, left hand has the weight. You're going to bend your elbow, bring it core underneath the shoulder here. And you're gonna lift your right heel up to the ceiling. So we're gonna bring the right knee in, and that right heel kicks up into your donkey kick. From here, you add the arm. So we're gonna inhale, lift that elbow out to the side. Exhale, bring the elbow in. Lift the heel, lift the elbow, bring the knee, elbow comes in. We're here for 8. And we don't wanna arch the spine. Try to keep the back nice and straight here. 4, 6, 5, 4, squeeze the glutes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, let that go. Drop the weight and drop the knee in. Take a modified child's. Send your hips back, reach your palms overhead. Nice big inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, my friends, go ahead and come up onto your palms. Find your tabletop, stack your knees under the hips, and now I'm gonna do the right side. So right hand has the weight. You're gonna bring your elbow in and lift your left heel up to the sky. Then you're gonna prepare that left leg to donkey kick. As you lift and bring it in, you're gonna lift your elbow out to the side and bring it back in. Elbow stays bent. Just bring that weight out to the side, bring it back in. We're gonna try to keep that lower back. Instead of arch, we're gonna keep it nice and straight as much as we can and press the heel up. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, squeeze your glutes, breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Place that weight by your side. Find your tabletop, send your knees apart. Reach your palms overhead, forehead meets the mat. Nice big inhale. And exhale. All right, my friends, go ahead and find your tabletop once you're ready. Our next one here, we're gonna go ahead and extend. Actually, you can come down onto your left forearm, stay on the right palm, and then extend your right leg so we're not bothering our wrists too much. I'm gonna go ahead and extend your right leg, bring it up nice and high, point your toes, and from here, you're gonna go ahead and bend that knee, and then we extend. So bend, and we extend. Keep it nice and high. We're here for 8, 4, 7, 4, 6, 5, 4, almost there, my friends, 4, 3. And if you want to drop down onto both forearms, you can do that as well. 2, and 1. From here, extend your legs. We're gonna go ahead and tap the toes and then lift. We're gonna lift up nice and high, squeeze those glutes, tap and lift. And we're here for 8. Just bring it down, bring it back up. 4, 7, we're gonna bring it nice and high, squeeze our glutes. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, and we're gonna add a pulse on the 1, 2, almost there, and 1. Keep it lifted. We just pulse that leg up and down. Point your toes. We pulse it up and down. Squeeze your glutes. We're here for 8, 4, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knee. Take your modified child's pose. We're going to do one more thing on the right side. For right now, let's go ahead and take that break. Open up that hip. Nice big inhale here. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Nice big inhale, and then press into your palms. Find your tabletop, and then we're gonna drop down. Left forearm comes down. Maybe right palm stays up, or you can drop down onto that right forearm as well. Totally up to your comfort level. Go ahead, extend that right leg, point your toes, and we're gonna go ahead and start to circle. So form some circles with the toes, draw some circles with your big toe. We're here for 8. For 7, whole leg is moving here. Really engage your core, squeeze your glutes. For 5, breathe. 4, 3, we're working our legs and our glutes. For 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch directions, same leg. We're here for 8. I know, friends, we're almost there. For 7, for 6, big circles. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your child's pose, knees apart, toes together, arms overhead. Nice big inhale here. Reach your fingertips forward. Take a few more breaths. On your next inhale, we're gonna gently come up into your tabletop. And this time we're gonna do the same thing, but on our left side. So that was our right. Let's go ahead and do our left now. So we're gonna go ahead and start on the right forearm. Left palm stays lifted, or you can drop down to that left forearm. Totally up to you. Go ahead, extend your left leg, point your toes. We're gonna go ahead and bend that knee and extend that knee. Bend the knee and extend. Beautiful. Give me 8. Give me 7. Give me 6. Keep it nice and lifted. Squeeze your glutes for 5. For 4. 3. 2. And 1. Keep that leg extended here. Point your toes, lift it a little bit higher, and then you tap your toes down to the ground or onto the mat. Then you inhale, lift, and then exhale to lower. We tap, lift, and lower. And this side is gonna feel a little bit more shaky, and that's okay. Our left side tends to be a little bit weaker, that's all right. We're here for 5 more. Give me 5, that's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We keep that leg lifted here. Point your toes. Go ahead and pulse it. We pulse it up and down. Pulse it up and down for 8. Squeeze your glutes for 7. Nice long break after this for 6, 5, 4, 3. Can you lift it a little higher for 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring that knee in and take your child's pose. Arms overhead, forehead meets the mat. Maybe you bring your knees a little bit wider. Toes come to touch. Close your eyes. Send your arms forward. Take a few breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. All right, my friends, gently open up your eyes, press into your palms, find your tabletop here, knees underneath your hips, wrists under the shoulders. Then you can drop down onto the right forearm, or you can drop down onto both forearms. Totally up to you. I like to keep my left palm steady on the mat. We're gonna extend that left leg, point the toes, and right into your circles. Doesn't matter which direction, go ahead and start your circles. Draw some circles with the entire leg. Big circles here into the air. We're here for 8. For 7. Squeeze your glutes. For 6. Keep that leg nice and high. For 5. 4. 3. Almost there, my friends. 2. and 1. You guessed it, we switch directions. Nice big circles here, opposite direction. We're here for 8. For 7. For 6. 5, bigger circles for 4, almost there. 3, 2, and 1. And child's pose. Nice big rest here. Knees apart, toes to touch. Reach your arms overhead. Once you're ready, press into your palms, and we're gonna go ahead and find a kneeling position one more time. And you're gonna grab your weights. We're just gonna give our wrist a break, and we're gonna go ahead and do some arms, and then we'll move on to some more glutes, and then we'll move on to core. All right, my friends, so nice tall kneeling position. You can do these seated if you'd like, if this bothers your knees, or you can place a pillow underneath the knees. All right, go ahead and grab your weights. So nice tall kneeling position. We're gonna go ahead and bring our arms out in front, palms face the ceiling. You're gonna squeeze your glutes, shoulders relaxed away from your ears. We're gonna go ahead and sit our bum onto the heels of our feet. If you don't have to do that, we're just gonna go ahead and serve that platter. So bring the elbows back, and then bring the weights to the hips, and then you lower back down. And if you're just standing or sitting, you can just bring them out and then bring them back in. All right, or you can add the combo here, lift and lower. Here for 8. And try to squeeze your glutes as you lift for 7. Maybe you send your hips forward for 6. For 5. And we want to bring them shoulder height, maybe a little bit higher as we bring them out. Give me 3 more. 3. Yes, you can for 2. Breathe through it. And 1. And now we're going to go ahead and keep our arms out in front, palms face the ceiling. We're going to bring them out to the sides. Keep it shoulder height. Keep that nice tall kneeling position, center. And we go sides. Slight bend to your elbows, shoulders away from your ears. We're here for 5 more. 5. For 4. Amazing, friends. For 3. 2, it should be burning a little bit. And 1. Beautiful, let that go. Shoulder roll here. Maybe you bring your head side to side. You can rotate the head side to side. Take a few neck circles. Just be gentle with the neck. All right, friends. We have 2 more arm exercises. We're almost there. Promise. All right. Arms come out to our sides. Palms face the ceiling. Slight bend to the elbows. Bring it about shoulder height, I'd say. And we're going to go ahead and start to circle. We love our circles in this class. All right. Nice big circles here. And we're here for 8. And it doesn't matter which direction, we're just bring both arms the same direction for 7. Doesn't have to be big circles here. For 6. Breathe through it. For 5. 4. 3. And you can bring lighter weights if you're using heavier weights. Go ahead and grab some lighter weights. For 2. And 1. And we switch directions immediately. Opposite direction for 7. For 6, it should start to burn a little bit. For 5, keep those arms nice lifted, slight bend to the elbow. For 4, breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, we have a question in the comments. All right, take your break. Oh, thank you so much, L'Oreal. Great to have ya. I'll see you next week. All right, my friends. And then when you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and start our glute and core series. So go ahead and take a few shoulder rolls, a few neck rolls, and then meet me down onto your mat. All right, we're gonna come onto our back. And from here, we're gonna go ahead and find our table. So knees are stacked on top of your hips. Knees are a little bit apart, and then toes are pointed here. So in our table, we're gonna go ahead and start to tabletop here. And we can rest the neck onto the mat so we're not straining the neck. All right, I'm gonna pull up a little bit closer here so you guys can see. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and rest the head onto the mat and start your tabletops here. We're gonna practice pressing that lower back all the way down onto the mat and fully engage the core here. So tabletops here. Why don't you give me 8 more of these? 8, 4, 7, 6, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest here. Maybe rotate your hips side to side. Go ahead and flex your feet. We're doing a lot of pointing today. You can flex your feet, so just, lift them up in the air, flex them, maybe take a few ankle circles here. Bring your knees into the chest, side to side sways. Take a big inhale, nice big exhale. All right, my friends, we're gonna go ahead and find our table. We're gonna add to what we just did. So our tabletops, we're gonna add. So find your table, rest your head onto the mat. You're gonna go ahead and tabletop both feet for 2, and then you're gonna bring your right arm, reach over towards that left thigh, and then come back down. All right, so we tabletop for 2, and we'll just start with the right side for now, and then we'll do our left side, and then come all the way back down, tabletop for 2. Inhale, lift, reach, exhale, lower. All right, 2, inhale, lift, reach, exhale, lower. Why don't you give me 8 of these? 8. And these are slow, engaged movements. For 7. Take your time, we're gonna feel that burn. For 6. 5. And you can just continue the tabletops as an option instead. Give me 4. Or you can just do the reach. You just want to lift, reach, and then lower. You can also do that. Give me 3 more. That's it. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, friends. So from here, go ahead and long body stretch. Extend your arms overhead. Extend your legs. Go ahead and flutter your feet. Maybe you stretch your feet, flex your feet towards the ceiling here. Nice big inhale. Exhale. All right, my friends, we have the other side. We have one more side here. So go ahead and find your table, knees stacked. Maybe your knees are a little bit apart, toes together, toes pointed. And we're gonna go ahead and rest the head onto the mat. Then you're gonna go ahead and tap 1 toe, 2 toe, and inhale, left arm reaches over towards that right thigh, and then come down. Inhale, tap, tap, lift, reach, lower. Tap, tap, lift, reach, lower. And if you just want to do the reaches or the taps, that's okay too. You can pick one and just stick with that one. Why don't you give me 5 more of these? 5, 4, and we want to take our time with this one. We don't want to rush through it. For 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, friends. Go ahead and long body stretch. Reach your arms overhead, extend your legs, flex your feet. Maybe you take a few wrist circles, a few ankle circles. Nice big inhale. And we exhale. All right, friends. Go ahead and plant your heels underneath the knees, ankles stacked underneath the knees. We're gonna press that lower back all the way down onto the mat. We're gonna start with some glute work here, but we're gonna add some legs and add some core. All right, so our first one here is we're gonna inhale, lift the hips off the mat, and then you can heel lift with both heels, or you can start with one heel and then do the other. Totally up to you. And then we lower, press that lower back all the way down onto the mat. Make sure your ankles are stacked under the knees. Inhale, lift, squeeze your glutes, lift the heels, lower the heels, lower the hips. And inhale, lift, squeeze, heel lift, lower. Take your time, inhale, lift, squeeze, heel lift, and then you lower. You can take it one at a time. You don't have to do both heels. And we're gonna bring those hips nice and high towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift, squeeze, heel lift, lower. Why don't you give me 5 more of these? 5. And you can just start with the glute bridge, lift and lower. 2, you don't have to do the heel lift. 4. If you want to make it extra spicy, you can add the weights onto your hips. Totally up to you. Why don't you give me 2 more? That's it. 2. And then we're going to add to this. Perfect. And 1. Beautiful, friends. All right, why don't you give your knees a hug here. Sway your hips side to side. We're almost there, friends. We're going to add a little bit more. Yes, we can. Every week we challenge ourselves a little bit more, and we're doing great. You guys are doing amazing. All right. Okay, friends, so go ahead and bring your heels down onto your mat, and we're gonna go ahead and stack those ankles under the knees. Then you press your lower back all the way down onto the mat. What I like to do is I like to press it on my belly button and make sure that my belly button is all the way down, so I'm like sinking my lower back down. That's that full core engagement. And then we lift the hips off of the mat. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna extend our left leg. You're gonna flex your feet, lower the leg, and then inhale, point your toes, lift the leg. So we flex, lower, inhale, lift, point. Flex, lower, inhale, lift, point. Why don't you give me 8? 8, and try to keep those hips nice and high. We're fighting against gravity, and that's okay. Try to squeeze your glutes. So we lift, point, flex, lower. Lift, point, flex, oh, excuse me. My throat got a tickle. All right. Flex, and inhale, lift. Flex, and lift. Give me 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, friends. Go ahead and drop that left heel, drop the hips, bring your knees in. So that leg is working, the glutes are working, and the core is engaged. And you're gonna bring your hips side to side, sway your hips side to side. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Flex your feet. All right, flutter your feet a little bit. And go back into your glute bridge. So ankles underneath the knees. Bring the belly button all the way down. Then you lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. Adjust the feet. Right leg comes up high. We flex, lower. Inhale, point, lift. Flex, lower. Inhale, point, lift. Give me 8 of these. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and try to keep those hips lifted. They're gonna wanna come down for 3, 2, left leg is shaking, and that's okay. and 1. All right, friends, go ahead and drop the hips down. Drop that right heel, bring your knees into the chest. Side to side sways, nice big inhale. And we exhale. Maybe you take a few ankle circles. All right, my friends. Our next one is going to be our knee to elbow. So go ahead and long body stretch. Arms overhead. And we're gonna extend our legs here. And we're gonna inhale, knee to elbow, right elbow, left knee. Exhale, extend. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, extend. And this is gonna be a slow process here, so slow on the lower. Take our time. If you want that extra spicy option, you can add a weight into that right hand. Point your toes on the left foot. Take your time, breathe through it. We're here for 7. Breathe. For 6. For 5. And we're gonna come all the way down onto the mat. Extend that arm, extend the leg. Give me 2 more. 2. And 1. Beautiful, friends. Long body stretch here. Nice big inhale. Exhale here. And we're gonna go ahead and bring that long body stretch. We have the left elbow, right knee. All right, my friends, I don't know my left from my right. All right, go ahead. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, extend. Try to point your toes on that right leg, and we're gonna come all the way down into that full body extend. And it's slow and steady here. Engage your core. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Take your time. We're almost there. Give me 5 more. 5. Yes, you can. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful, friends. Long body stretch here. We're gonna go ahead, take a few wrist circles, take a few ankle circles. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Rotate your hips side to side. Rest your head onto your mat. Oh boy, time flew today, friends. Oh my goodness, all right. Go ahead and, I had a little bit more stuff, but that's okay. All right, let's bring our knees over towards the left side of the mat. Extend your right arm. I'm having too much fun, that's what it is. We're always having too much fun, right, friends? All right, bring your knees over towards the right side of the mat. Extend your left arm. Go ahead and bring your hips back to center. We're gonna bring the bottoms of the feet together, little diamond shape with the legs, and then lower the legs down onto the mat. Open up your hips towards the ceiling. Nice big inhale here. Maybe you rest your hands on your belly or rest your hands.